Moana! Happy November 2nd. I've been thinking about this video and what I'm gonna say. One thing I will say is that it is difficult to sleep when you're laying in your bed and all you can hear is just water pouring into your house. That's not very fun. We're putting together a plan to get the roof replaced as soon as the weather clears up a little bit, hopefully. I can't say that we have successfully bred because I don't know if she's pregnant or not at this point, but we have, it seems like it went well. One of our 2 rabbits tried the other one. She's not interested, so we're gonna try again. I don't know, so we're doing projects around here and that's what's going on. Hello. Every once in a while when Kyle is off from work on a weekday, I like to come to the library. So I'll just sit in the library and read or sit on my phone or do whatever. So today I checked out some books. I have Keep Chickens, Tending Small Flocks in Cities, Suburbs, or Other Small Spaces. I wouldn't say that we have a small space, but I'm gonna learn about keeping chickens. I got Story's Guide to Raising Rabbits. I have already read this one, but I really liked it, and now that we're breeding, just to freshen up. I got The Wild Inside, which is a book that I grabbed to read since I'm not currently reading anything. I got Story's Guide to Raising Ducks. I got Story's Guide to Raising Chickens. And I got Gardening with Chickens. We do not have chickens yet, but we want to in the spring. And I spend my winters planning my garden for the spring. So now that it's cold out and I'm not currently growing anything, my farm chores for this winter are rabbits and planning for garden and chickens next spring. I'm very excited. There are new leaks in my roof every time it rains. It's like a surprise every time it rains. Where's the new leak gonna be? Good morning, bunnies. Good morning. So this is our buck. We're borrowing from a friend. This is Hershey. Hi, Hershey. He's a very soft boy. You're a very sweet boy, huh? This is Honey Bun. We're hoping that she has little babies. And then this one is Hot Cross, and she is angry and cross and does not like me at all right now because I keep grabbing her and making her try to have babies, but she does not want to. What are you guys doing with my pumpkin?
Just decorations.
Just decorations? I'm also extremely allergic to the rabbit's hay, which is also the food of like any farm animal. That's really fun because every time I go out to feed the rabbits hay, I get itchy eyes, itchy throat, mucus, sneezing, itchy nose, just like the whole thing. Can't breathe because I'm sneezing like a zillion times. So it's really fun. It doesn't bode well for having more different animals here at the homestead, but sometimes you guys suffer. I love a good chicken noodle soup. I don't follow a recipe anymore for chicken noodle soup. I just make it, and it's delicious. So I did strain out my fire cider. Did not film it because we had just come in from outside and my children were screaming and crying because their hands were cold and they don't tolerate that very well.
I'll go with you. Because I need to respect my mom's cider because I like it. And it's cider, spicy because my mom put some honey in the cider.
You heard it here first. So I strained it out. I got just a little under, I already took some out of here. 2 full quarts of fire cider. Look at this color, it's so pretty. But it's got some zing. So I made myself a little mocktail, and it has honey and sparkling water and some ice, and it's good. It's got a little zing in it. It's got a little oomph. But this is for health, and I'll be drinking this throughout the winter. The part that didn't get filmed was what you do after you fill the jars with all the stuff. And that is you find some apple cider vinegar, unfiltered, raw apple cider vinegar that still has the mother with it. And you just fill up the jar with that. You put it in a cold, dark place. Cold, not cold, but like a dark area. It's not gonna be super warm. And you shake it every day for a month, and then you drain it out. A lot of people that I've seen make this put their like leftover bits in a press to press out the rest of it. I don't have a press, so I did the best I could with this potato masher. But I'm very excited to have this on hand for when we're not feeling well. Pat myself on the back because the other day I took the freezer apart and I put it back together and I fixed it. It was leaking / condensing a ton of water into the fridge, and it was like puddling up and just like water everywhere in the fridge. And so I looked at some YouTube videos and I was like, I bet I could fix that. I bet I know what the problem is. Well, it turns out the like the defrost drain in the freezer was all frozen with like this much ice, and the drain was like all full of ice, so it couldn't drain, so it was just draining into the fridge. It's fixed now. Woohoo! But also like add that to the list of everything that has gone wrong or broken. I am really, really, really praying for the weather to hold off next week, and that our materials for our roof gets here next week. That's what I'm praying for. In the meantime, I've been doing a ton of sewing. I'm having a sale this weekend, so I've got some orders from that to do, and a couple other big projects that I'm working on. We're waiting to see if the rabbits have babies, and I need to build nesting boxes for them. And I've been cleaning out the spare room. So it's not completely done in here, obviously. I have curtains to hang and a couple other things to put away. But the closet has stuff in it, and now this is cleared out. So if we ever have another baby, this will be the baby's room, but it's cleared out so that we can put an air mattress or whatever in here for guests, and it's ready to go. at our bonfire last night, our little housewarming. It was very warm. It was a big fire. It was very nice. And now today we are going to cut out the pieces that I need to build our nesting boxes for our rabbits, in the hopes that we're gonna have babies in a few weeks. Actually, like 2 weeks, hopefully. So that's what we're doing. And I'm gonna just be hopeful that we have babies and build the nesting boxes.
I want to close these. Mom, look outside. Look on.
Hey, so this is what we've been doing. We have half a beef hanging in there. We're gonna deal with after Thanksgiving, and we're still waiting on rabbit babies, and we've just been doing day to day, just the day to day. Sammy needs some food, but this morning I had a bunch of errands. I'm doing deliveries. I'm doing, I gotta change hands. The sun's out. We're waiting on our roof still. Hopefully today is Monday and it's Thanksgiving week, but we're hoping that they can start next Monday. 1 week for a new roof. And yeah, that's all I know. Anyways, I got a bunch of errands to run. We're gonna pick up a Christmas present. We're gonna get some groceries. And then today I'm making cinnamon rolls for Thursday. And I'm gonna start on my turkey brine. And it's gonna be a great week. Hi, Sammy.
I want to update. Hey.
Our roof is here.
You want the next one? Meow. Meow. Who said meow?
So we've had a half leaf hanging in our shop, and it's starting to get to that time where we're like, is it hanging too long? What should we do with it now? So I got a couple things, and I don't have a tripod anymore because it broke from Amazon, and so I just wanted to, I'm very excited about it, so I just wanted to share. So I got butcher paper, and I think I'll have to see. It's kind of dented. I'll have to see. I think it has a serrated edge. That will make it way easier. Very cool. And I'm very excited about this because we've talked about it for a long time. About if we would get one. But I got the KitchenAid meat grinder, the metal one. Whoops. I also got shop vac filters for our shop vac. I don't need those right now. They have a plastic one and they have a metal one. And I read some reviews and I thought that this would be really fun to try out. We talked about why buy a whole meat grinder if there's an attachment that we could get for the KitchenAid. So we're gonna give it a try. I'm very excited.
Lots of boys here.
Why are a lot of boys here? Well, they're gonna be tearing off the roof. Well, they're gonna tear off the roof so we can have a new roof. I'm excited to say bye to the old roof, but I don't like that noise.